we've got a green flag at the back, a green flag down at the front. Our FIM race director gives a signal for the Fly Racing 15-second board. The rain has fallen. Looks like it may be on and off, intermittent during the race, but it'll be interesting to see who grabs the foxhole shot this time around. And it's Vial. He nudges across on Iago Kietz as they go into that first turn, but from the outside, Karssemakers doing what Guadagnini did. And if that's the case, it's the first foxhole shot for him. But Vial leads, though, heading into turn 2. And just like he did in race 1, Iago Kietz tried to go around the outside. He's parked there in 4th. Everybody safely through that. Oh, everybody almost. A couple of riders down, and one of them on the exit of that second turn. But it's Karssemakers who is there in second position. Vial trying to make a break for it early doors. Karssemakers second, Iago Kietz third, the Wolf 4th, Langenfelder 5th, Adamo in 6th place, a little bit congested down there at the bottom of the hill, making sure everybody gets through there okay. Karssemakers on the Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee, comes up short over the Monster Energy tabletop, over on the opposite side of the circuit. But Kietz right there in 3rd position. He's got the Dutch rider behind him, Kai de Wolf, on the Nastan factory Husqvarna, as Kietz looking for new lines on this opening lap already. Got to be careful though, where they have machined and backbladed the sticky dirt, that's now being dragged across. You see just the outside of the riders there, how shiny it is. That is going to be very loose. Not so easy to get over that tabletop on the corner. Not like yesterday anyway, where they could pre-jump. Doesn't want to give up any unnecessary positions here that could jeopardize his lead in the top of the championship standings. As it stands right now, he will have a 4-point buffer over Vial, which means that will get the Grand Prix done first of all. But Karssemakers having a very impressive Grand Prix here. Is on course for 4th overall. Demoted to 11th place by Kevin Horgmo, the FNH Kawasaki, who's having a quiet ride this weekend, the Norwegian. And also, Kai de Wolf has lost ground as well, so Langenfelder up to 4th, and Karssemakers makes a mistake in turn 3. Just over 22 minutes plus 2 laps to go. MX2 race 2 here, Maggiora. The 33 of Kai Karssemakers. So there's Langenfelder, bottom of the hill over there. That's him who was fastest on track. That was Guadagnini, who we were focusing on as they went up the hill, chasing down Adamo. So 2 Italians going after the young Dutch rider. Little bit short as they crest that summit. Kai de Wolf, the 4th rider in shot, number 74, trying to make up for the... Good ride this from Karssemakers though. What is he, 16 years old, something like that? Not that old at all, probably one of the youngest riders in the race, this Grand Prix. Doing a great job hanging on to 4th. It was a shame that he fell from 2nd position at the bottom of the first long climb after the first couple of corners, because he was there in 2nd, keeping Kietz at bay. Kietz 2nd, Langenfelder 3rd. This battle for 4th though. Karssemakers the 33, the 80 of Adamo from Italy. Guadagnini the 101, just a little bit further back. Adamo though looking to make a move. He tried to be aggressive and then had to pull out of that challenge there. Back end was swapping all over the place on him. Hard-packed, slick circuit. Very slippery after the rain that we had. And again, Adamo tries to force the issue. Intense battle this. He was already up to 3rd after the first race, but not doing himself any harm at all. Karssemakers. Oh, Adamo goes to 3rd position. And the first podium for Rubini in MX2. But 13 plus 2 to go. and everybody on similar lap times, it is not going to be an easy task for the Frenchman. Karssemakers, though, picks his front wheel up nicely to utilise the spring from the back end there. It gives him the elevation that he needs, but he makes a mistake at the bottom of the hill, but so too does Kai de Wolf. Back end's working overtime as they hit those horrible square edges on the upslope. It'd be nice if there was a nice outside line there, but you can see between the two drops and the uphill, not too much choice after that. Quite risky, in fact, to go too far wide there. Karssemakers continues to hold on to that fourth place, and number 33, Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee. But it's just been a problematic weekend for the Red Bull Gas rider this weekend. Rubini still chasing Harrop as they plunge downhill into this right-hander. Still believing he can make things happen. Adamo, who was in 5th and then fell down to 11th, as Rubini does go up the inside. Just needs to keep it on 2 wheels, but when you're in amongst a quartet of riders like this, fighting for those top few positions, in this case a 4-rider scrap for 4th place, headed up by the 33 in black, the young teenager, Karssemakers. Very easy to get drawn into situations you'd rather not be a part of. Made that move, at the end of pit lane through the final turn? Finally, he says. So from 4th to 7th and back into 4th again for Kai de Wolf. And Rubini eyeing up the 33 as well. Harrop will pounce if Rubini leaves the door open. Simon Langenfelder, who is 3rd in the race, 7 seconds behind Geertz at the moment, was on the podium until a couple of laps ago when we had the falls and the mistakes from Guadagnini. And since then, Rubini has found his way past Harrop to bag 2 more. It's down to 20th for 1 point. Six minutes to go, plus 2 laps. Lap times around about 2 minutes. Despite the rain, the circuit holding up very, very well. It does dry very fast here, but off the line it can be wet, stodgy and sticky. This is where the expertise of these riders comes into its own, though. Still carrying speeds, they're still relentless, still believe they can attack the racetrack even though it's at its worst. And Rubini doing just that. Look, he carves his way outside and tries to muscle his way inside, but didn't get the vital drive coming back onto the start straight. The number 38 in the red and yellow. And he makes a mistake, and Harrop is back through. Rubini losing a position there. And if Horgmo finds his way past the Frenchman, he will not be on the podium. Langenfelder, 4th, de Wolf, 5th, Harrop, Karssemakers is 6th, Rubini 7. He's found his way back past Horgmo. And that puts him back on the podium, ahead of Langenfelder. So we've got the battle up front for 1st and 2nd in the championship and the overall Grand Prix, and then this titanic battle for 3rd in the Guadagnini. The 101, he is in 10th position. But Rubini going after Karssemakers all of a sudden. The number 33 in black on the Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee. He carves him up. A treat down the inside. All of a sudden, Rubini absolutely on fire. Parup, Gifting, Everts, Horgmo and Kai Karssemakers round out the top 10. Take a look at the foxhole shot, shall we, before we go anywhere? Is there a new name on the list? Whoa, who'd you give it to? Tom Vial or Kai Karssemakers? Kai Karssemakers. Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee. 2 new black plates dished out today.